What is up, my friends? Today, just a quick one-piece news segment that I want to cover. And really, this is about the overall topic of indications of a global or at least a U.S. reset of some sort. And what we've got today is we've got this story. This passed by me and I heard about it in passing on like a podcast I was listening to, and I dug into it. And what do you know? Published back on October 24th that the Rothschild & Co. bank that is controlled by the Rothschilds is selling its trust services business to somebody else. Now, let's talk this through, and then we're gonna talk about why this is an indicator of some sort of shift going on with the banks. It's similar to this. Let me just give you the perspective. It's similar to when you see Warren Buffett is buying a ton of Apple stocks, which just happened like a week ago. Warren Buffett or Berkshire Hathaway is selling out of these positions or dumping these positions. It's usually a tall tale sign that something is shifting. So in a stock market, when we see Warren Buffett buying or Berkshire Hathaway buying a bunch of Apple stocks, usually means that that's some sort of bottom or that there's something else that's coming because they know something we don't, okay? And so when we see a bank selling its trust services business, and the reason why is following a strategic review of our private wealth business, we have decided to focus on growing our wealth management operations, followed up by saying, in a changing environment, we believe that the trust business can operate more successfully in an independent structure. What that's actually saying is that there might be more risk or there might be something changing in the banking sector that would take away from this trust services. So the trust services business should be out on its own, which what they're actually dealing with and holding is assets from companies and intellectual property to art collection and aircraft. So they're dealing with administrating, structuring, and creating these trusts. Something I think is going to shift. Now, it's pretty obvious that, okay, if they're separating it from a bank, that something's going to shift with banks. So could this be a change with the nationalization of all central banks? Could this have to do with just a change in centralized banking happening right around the corner? And they're trying to get out of this or separate this or mitigate risk in some sort of way before it actually occurs. And I was going to show another example of George Soros sold Facebook, Netflix, and Goldman Sachs just before they all tumbled, just further echoing that some people seem to have insider info and insider knowledge, even though they shouldn't, even though this shouldn't be a thing. It's illegal in the United States to trade on if they have vested interests, which most of these people do, but it still occurs, okay? So this, to me, is the same thing. This is like trading on insider info. They know that something's about to be changed or rocked or shifted in the banking sector, and they're separating trust business from the banking sector business. That's how I see this, very black and white. But you know what I would love is I'd love to hear your guys' feedback and your thoughts on this and what you think this means down in the comments below. Now, before we close out the video, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig deeper and see if I can't put together more of these. Obviously, we've got some Berkshire Hathaway action buying Apple recently. We've got the George Soros selling just before these stocks tumbled. And we've got now Rothschild, whether you might think that this is a liquidation on their part or just trying to separate and mitigate risk. I want to try and collect more of these that are a little bit more obscure and hard to find that might be indications. I think they're indicators, but you might not. I think they're indicators of some sort of banking change, and all of that has to do with a global reset of some sort happening here very, very soon. A super short one, I know. Flick a like on this video, helps us trend more in the algorithms. And if this is your first time to the channel and you like what we're doing here, then click the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and you guessed it, more hot content just like this will be dropping on the channel very soon, my friends. Okay, bye.